Hey, Wemberg World Entertainment, and we got some Batman Part 2 updates regarding casting. This is an interesting casting announcement. Well, it's not an announcement officially, but it seems to be happening. Is that Sebastian Stan, Bucky from Avengers and whatnot, is set to play Harvey Dent. So that's the rumour, but we also have another update as well. But we'll start with the Sebastian Stan part, which I think is interesting. So it's saying Sebastian Stan is heading to Gotham. As reported by Deadline, Stan is officially in talks to join the cast of the Batman Part 2. Warner Brothers has not revealed who he's playing, but the site says his role is a major one opposite Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne and Batman, with the recent talk that Scarlett Johansson has joined the cast, possibly as the wife of Harvey Dent. Sebastian Stan could be playing Harvey Dent and Two-Face. Stan's casting lines up with the recent reports that Harvey Dent and his family will appear in the sequel. Scarlett Johansson is already rumoured to be playing Gilda Dent, and earlier talks suggested Brad Pitt was considered for Dent's father. With the groundwork being laid, Stan could very well be playing Dent himself, a key figure in Gotham who eventually becomes the villain Two-Face. Stan is known for playing conflicted, layered characters, and Reeves' grounded psychological approach to Gotham would allow him to dig deep into Dent's slow unravelling. If Reeves plans to show Dent's transformation over time, Stan could be a long-term piece of the new Batman trilogy. That's providing it still ends up being a trilogy. Matt Reeves returns to direct with Robert Pattinson back as Batman. The sequel is currently in pre-production, aiming for an October 1st, 2027 theatrical release. Filming begins soon, which is meant to be either the end of this month or the latest March, I think they said. I can't quite remember. So Sebastian Stan seems to be in talks to join, possibly as Harvey Dent. But then we also got the news that, following the news that Sebastian Stan looks to be joining the Batman Part 2, Variety adds that Barry Keoghan is also expected to return as the Joker. Keoghan briefly appeared at the end of the first film in a locked cell at Arkham, teasing a twisted friendship with Paul Dano's Riddler. Now it looks like that storyline will continue. While Keoghan's return hasn't been officially confirmed by Warner Brothers, Variety is a reliable source, is it? And the report says the Joker is expected to appear once more in the sequel. It's unclear how large the role will be. Reeves previously said he views the character as part of Gotham's long-term decay, not necessarily the main villain, but having the Joker return, even in a limited capacity, adds another layer to the growing world Reeves is building. Fine. The only problem is, I hate this interpretation of the Joker. Like that deleted scene they released where Batman's talking with him, I hated it. Especially seeing it, number one, I thought the look was terrible. I thought Barry Keoghan was not a great choice for it. I think he was trying to do too much. He was like the Jared Leto, where he was trying to copy everyone else's rather than kind of doing his own thing. But the biggest issue I had as well was I couldn't understand a bloody word he was saying. And I really just don't want the Joker to be back again, because let's face facts here, the Joker's at this stage been done to death. So I think there's so many other good villains to use that why don't you just go for something different? So it does look like Stan will be coming on board and playing Two-Face, which I think that is good casting. I do like Sebastian Stan, and I think he would be a good fit for Harvey Dent. Or, of course, Hush, which also seems to be still doing the rounds. Whether Hush appears or not, we don't know at this stage, but everything indicates that he is going to appear. Whether it's in this one or they're setting it up for the third one, we don't know at this stage, but you can't tease it in the first movie and then possibly tease it again in the second movie and not deliver. You're going to have to put him in there at some stage. So could he possibly end up being Hush? That is a possibility, but the indications right now do seem to be that he's going to be Harvey Dent. So if Harvey Dent is going to be a role in this, the question then, as this article even pointed out, is it going to become Two-Face in this movie, or are they going to play the long game and have him unravel to where he becomes pretty much psychotic like he does in some of the comic books? It didn't start with him getting his face disfigured straight away in some of them. Would that happen? And then maybe if they do the third movie, that's where he becomes full-on Two-Face. Don't quite know what way they're going to do it. The way Matt Reeves has this world set up and he doesn't want to go the fantastical route and all this stuff, is there a possibility that Two-Face isn't actually going to be in the vein of one side is burnt up and the other side is normal? Could it be that he's like a Mr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing, or Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, where it's like he's Harvey Dent, but then, you know, he switches in his mind and becomes psychotic, and that part is Two-Face? I hope that's not the road they go down, because that'd be kind of like, that's just a cop-out. You know, you're literally just using a schizophrenic at that stage, so what's the point of having him as Two-Face? But I do think Two-Face could be interesting in this world, and I do like the casting of Sebastian Stan in that role. It's the Joker part that's concerning. And by the way, it's saying like how in this, how it's like it's going to tease this twisted friendship with the Riddler. There's been no indication as of yet that the Riddler is going to reappear in this movie. And what would be the point? There really would be no point to have him in this movie. Now, we know it does take place, I think they said 6 months after, maybe. Well, I know it's meant to take place right after the Penguin. And of course, the Penguin series ended with it starting to snow because this is the winter setting. But that took place like 2 weeks, I think it was, wasn't it, the Penguin? After the Riddler brought the walls down and flooded Gotham. Which, by the way, to this day, I think we're all still going, that was such a weird choice to say, like, the city is built below the water level. Like, that was just a weird decision. But yeah, there's been nothing indicating that the Riddler is going to reappear in this. And if he does, then what are you doing? You're kind of doing this awkward thing of they're all going to have to be in Gotham, or you're going to have them all escape. Or, in Gotham, hear me? In Arkham, I mean. Are they all going to escape or something? Then what do you do? You know, you can't overbloat it. I think, especially if you're keeping it grounded, you kind of want to limit that type of thing. Now, if they're doing where Batman keeps going to the Arkham Asylum and questioning them to get like information and into the thought process of what criminals would do and stuff, well then they're just robbing what Christopher Nolan originally was going to do for what became The Dark Knight Rises. Because that was the idea, and that was that Batman was going to go to Heath Ledger's Joker and try and get into the mind frame of criminals. So, is that what they're doing here? We don't know. But as of now, Sebastian Stan looks like he's going to possibly be playing Harvey Dent in The Batman Part 2. Good casting, and it looks like the Joker is set to return, which isn't much of a surprise, but hopefully if he does, it's a very limited role. So what do you guys think? Do you like that casting? Do you think he will be Harvey Dent, or do you think he could possibly be Hush? Do let me know. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers. Catch you in the next one.